Opinions and stories around the game we love, told by your favorite storytellers. Stay up to date with all things cricket. Subscribe to Cricbuzz's YouTube channel and press that bell icon now.
Today, the England core is looking solid and the Australian core is looking very wobbly. You have a look at their bowlers today. They didn't really have much. I mean, they tried themselves with the bat to give themselves a decent total to bowl at, because it's pretty much them who got all the runs. They hit all the sixes, but when they came out, there's really not much you can do. And there's very little you can do, Michael, when you run into a marauding Joss Butler. But was anyone there impressive? I mean, Ashton Agar perhaps a little bit, but they had it for Zampa. They had his number on speed dial.
Yeah, they were always going to. No, the England side realised that with this Australian bowling attack, they've got some key components. Stark, if it swings, is a real threat. But England always feel with Stark that if they hit him early, they put him under pressure, and he can have off days if you do that early to him. If he gets off to a flying start and he gets one or two early ones, of course he can have a great day. But England have always tried to attack Mitchell Stark, which derails the Australians. They also try and target Zampa. Because, Aaron Finch, rightfully so, they think from the 6th over, Zampa comes on, he causes a bit of squeeze and he gets wickets from around the 6th to the 15th, and that's his zone. England try and knock that out of the equation. And then Australia, realistically, they haven't got a great deal else to turn to. The Aussies are a decent side. They're not up there at the minute with the top teams. They're not up there with the Indians and the English side and the Pakistan side, but they're still a threat. They've obviously won 2 games already in the tournament, played okay. I wouldn't say they played great. They played a lot better against Sri Lanka than they did against South Africa. But I'll be interested in what DK, when you get that kind of pummeling today against the favourites that you could argue with Pakistan and India, that's going to take a lot of confidence out of that Australian side, because I think they thought they were on the right path. And this was the perfect game for them they're not developing, but in their kind of progression as a side. This was the perfect game for Australia in this tournament. 3rd match, you've won 2. It's a bit of a free hand because you've got those 2 wins in the bank. What can you do against a real quality side? And they've been absolutely hammered. I think that'll affect the Australians going forward.
Their self-esteem, Dinesh? I mean, for Australia now, the way it's not, a lot, there are certain teams to whom a loss hurts, right? For England and Australia, it's each other. For India and Pakistan, it's each other. I think both India and Australia now have lost to their sort of arch nemesi, in a really kind of, dominating manner. So, some defeat, some more defeat than others.
No, you're absolutely right. But I think Australia deep down know England is a far, far better white ball unit than Australia. You have to understand England have been playing the same set of players for a couple of years now in the lead up to the World Cup, whereas Australia have definitely given their preference for Test cricket. Then ODI, I think in the pecking order, T20 comes the least. These 11 guys who have played on together as 11 on the park today, I don't think they've played before in a long, long time together in a T20 game against any country. So obviously when you cobble together a pretty hastily cobbled side, so to say, obviously the results are not going to be great. I don't think they're going to like the way they've hammered today. But I do think India losing to Pakistan and India losing to Pakistan and Australia losing to England were both beaten very comprehensively. What this does in Group A is the run rate is going to come down for Australia. So now a West Indies and a South Africa are really going to fancy the chances, because one upset here and there, both of them are going to look at it and go, wow, we have a chance in this as well. So it's getting a little interesting there.